guys, it's me, Gemma, and today's video is going to be another autism themed one, which is what my channel on YouTube is mostly about. I thought I would do a campaign video about the National Autistic Society's campaign, which is called TMI, which stands for Too Much Information, and they are running it to help people understand what autism is. And so I have some statistics and things about it here. Too Much Information campaign. It's about how people like me can be overwhelmed by everything, all the different sounds around me, and still people like me feel that society does not understand what it feels like. 79% of autistic people have said they are socially isolated. I can definitely say about that. I can definitely say that without my best friend Jo, who is absolutely amazing, my bestie, she has really brought me out of myself and has helped me to understand who I am and the reasons for my behaviour and the way that I process things, and the fact I just get too much information in my head and I'm unable to process it fast enough, so therefore I have a delay. When we get too information in public places, we get overwhelmed, so it can be noise, the smell, people trying to touch us, being in shops that we're unfamiliar with, things that we find really difficult or stressful to be around. 16% of adults with autism are in the workplace. This needs to change. I don't understand why the government are not doing more about this issue. By the end of the day, we are adults who deserve paid jobs. We want to work, we want to be able to do things like everybody else does. And I feel that this is a good campaign thing to do. People like me just need extra time to process information as our brain gets overcrowded and overwired, which means that we're more than likely to have a shutdown or a meltdown. Over 29,000 people signed the campaign pledge to close the autism employment gap debate. It was then presented to Penny Mordaunt, the MP for Ministers with Disabilities and Equalities. So again, that's another good reason why it's now being debated in government, and hopefully we'll see a change. 28% of people with autism have been asked to leave a public space because of their behaviour. That is unacceptable. That is absolute goddamn awful. Why on earth that has happened, I do not know. But especially if you're autistic, I don't understand, like myself, if we're autistic and we're having a meltdown or a start of a meltdown or we feel unwell, why our behaviour is then seen that to be that bad, why we're being asked to leave public places. Surely they should be autism friendly under the Autism Act 2009. So that is the question I still have, why that is happening. A further 79% of autistic people and 70% of parents of autistic people feel socially isolated or excluded. Again, I don't understand why that is. I don't understand why that is still happening. I don't know why that's not being more dealt with. But this is a good thing about the campaign. 99.5% of people in the UK have heard of autism. Fantastic. Woohoo! All good. That's a really good sign that things are starting to change. 74% of people with autism say other people will tut or make disapproving noises. Oh yes. I've had this when I've boarded the bus and I've got my disability bus pass out to get on the bus, and I've gone to tap it on the buzzer and people have gone like that behind me, so I just turn to look and then look away. A further 84% of autistic people feel that other people judge them as strange. I have this every single day in my head. I feel that people think I'm strange. I think people think that I'm something that I'm not, and that I'm just a bit of a weirdo because I don't socialise or I do lack of eye contact. I'm not strange, I'm autistic. And like I've said in my previous video, I was diagnosed when I was 25, I'm now nearly 29. But yeah, I've learned to put strategies in my way so I can socialise and function better. And 69% of autistic people feel judged, that they're being judged as antisocial. Again, this is really worrying me because we're not antisocial, we are autistic, we have sensory issues to be in social situations, we find it overwhelming, we find it crowding, and the noise and the smell of people can get our senses overwhelmed, so therefore we're more than likely to withdraw ourselves and not put ourselves in social situations which we find difficult to deal with at times, but most of the time I'm okay with being socialised. I find it difficult to talk to people, yes, but I'm still challenging myself to go out there and be social. I go to family parties. Yes, I may act inappropriate or difficult, but I don't mean to. But I'm learning the social cues. I'm trying to learn what's appropriate and what isn't with regards to being in social situations outside. And when I'm doing presentations, I often plan my information. I keep it to the point. I keep it brief, so I don't tend to ramble or upset anyone. 50% of autistic people and families don't go out because they are worried about how people will react to their son or daughter's autism. Let me put you straight on that one. I feel very, 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 very much the same under that barrier, because I feel that if I was to do something wrong, or if I act out differently because I'm not having a good day and I tend to be outside, or I might feel a bit panicky, so I'll fiddle with my hands. People might think, oh, Gemma's acting a bit weird. Hold on, there must be something not right. She's acting a bit off. When I'm out in public, I'm just being me. I'm not being deliberately naughty. I'm not being deliberately rude or disrespectful to anybody. It's just that when I'm autistic, my brain has to process so much information during the day from what I've been doing that my brain doesn't have the time to then shut it down. It's actually, I have constant thoughts in my head all the time. And so for that, I can understand what that feels like. And also, when it comes to the getting overwhelmed by everything, it can be things like, for me, it's the sound of people, especially perfumes, do my head in. So people wearing strong perfumes and they walk past me and all I can smell is the strong perfume off my mouth. I'm like, oh, yuck. It's horrible. I don't really like it. I tend to avoid shops with strong perfume or aftershave smells because I really can't cope with walking through the crowded smell of perfume and people spraying it towards me, which has happened on numerous occasions in a certain shop that I won't mention. But yes, I can understand why that gets overwhelming. And also, to make the sound easier, I often travel with my headphones. That helps to block out some of the negative sensory output that I get coming into me. And also, with regards to autism in the workplace, I don't find it that difficult, but I do a lot of volunteer work. So a lot of my work experience is volunteer based, and I would love to have a paid job. But at the moment, as where I stand, I'm more than happy to be volunteering because it proves that I can be part of a team, I can be committed, what I do is safe, I know the people who I work with, so I know for me it's a comfort thing, it's a security thing, it's not just because I want to be employed, it's something that I'm passionate about doing and I enjoy it. So not all autistic people, I think, want to work, but they do obviously want to work, it's just whether they do volunteer work or paid employment. Eventually I would like to work in a paid employment base, or even better, set up my own business, but that's for something for another day. So if you would like to know more about the National Autistic Society website campaign, go on www.autism.org.uk and you'll find the TMI campaign on there. I will link it in my description box below. So if you have liked this video, please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys, bye!